Yep, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are on page 8. Don't worry, we've still got about another 20 pages to go. I've got 27 pages of notes so far, and I haven't even gotten, just barely have gotten to daybreak. You know, after Tamerlane's been killed and run over and blah, 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 rah, 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 blah, blah, blah. So, we still have a lot of notes and a lot of footage to go over. But I did want to at least get out to you some of the most important initial stuff, because a lot of the most important initial stuff was in the beginning hours of this martial law, because this martial law went from, oh Jesus, I can't remember when the see if I can find the press conference real quick. No, I can't. We'll get to it in the notes. But let's just move ahead. At 2:28 Eastern Standard Time on channel WHDH, that's Walter, Harry, David, Harry, they are showing a man face down on the ground. That footage is coming to you live from MSNBC at the time. Then at 2:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way, welcome to the Boston Marathon Bombings Chronicles, Volume 4. Sorry, I get a little ahead of myself. I want to get the information out to you guys. I want you to take a look at this, and I want you to see as many red flags as I'm seeing, hopefully, or maybe somebody can reasonably explain some of this stuff away, which I'm sure is not going to be able to. I just can't see that happening. Not for me. I just feel too strongly about this, that this was a false flag terror attack on the American fucking people. Anyways, moving right along. So at 2:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York Times is reporting 2 young men exchanged gunfire with multiple police and threw a lead bomb at them from behind a black Mercedes SUV. One of the gentlemen ran towards officers. He was tackled. They do not know if he was shot or injured. The other one got in the truck SUV and sped away. That footage was from MSNBC. At 2:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, WHDH, that's Walter, Harry, David, Harry, they say that one suspect is in custody and police are looking for the other suspect. This is being shown on MSNBC from a local affiliate. At 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Michael McGee, who is a witness, only heard gunfire, 3 booms, and a screeching tire. Did not see a black SUV or a suspect. Not at all. Smelled the explosions. It sounded like an erratic chase. That was quoted right there. Michael McGee said, quote unquote, it sounded like an erratic chase. What does that sound like? This guy's a witness now? Right. So 2:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Army personnel in fatigues are walking behind a CNN reporter on CNN. That's at 2:34 Eastern Standard Time on the CNN channel. Then at 2:35 Eastern Standard Time a.m., a source, the Boston Globe, that the one suspect in Monday's Boston Marathon bombing has been captured. Another remains on a loose. Then, 30 seconds later, on Fox screen, FBI, too early to tell whether this is related to the marathon bombing or not. So, remember, but this is at 2:35 a.m. The source is the Boston Globe, and on the CNN screen. No, I'm sorry, that was all on the Fox screen. I thought the top half was CNN, the bottom half was Fox, but the whole thing is Fox. So let me start it over. 2:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Boston Globe is the source. They state, quote unquote, that the one suspect in Monday's Boston Marathon bombing has been captured, and then quote unquote, another remains on the loose. 30 seconds later, on the Fox screen, in quotes, I wrote the exact words, FBI, semicolon, too early to tell whether this is related to the marathon bombing. More disinformation. Who fucking knows? It's so hard to tell nowadays. So then, page 9. Wow, this is turning into quite a little project, huh? So on page 9, we are now at 2:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is from Fox 25 in Boston. Their call letters are WFXT. That's Walter Frank X-Ray Thomas. And that's Boston. Fox 25 says Boston Globe reporting marathon bombing suspect in custody, second at large. This is on a Fox split screen, so you're seeing the Fox analysis on one side of the screen, and then the footage from Fox 25 on the other side of the screen. Let's see. FBI releases a statement at 2:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Currently engaged with their partners to determine if there is a connection between MIT, Watertown, and the marathon bombing. This is being reported on Fox. At 2:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Fox time delay jumps 3 fucking minutes. This will also be, because remember the last time delay that jumped was about 2 minutes. That was on CNN. This one's on Fox. This will definitely be on the documentary. So anyways, let me go ahead and finish that up. It says here, what did I write? Fox time delay jumps 3 fucking minutes. Clock on the screen goes from 2:37 Eastern Standard Time to 2:40 Eastern Standard Time in 2 seconds of time. 3 minutes gone, just like that. In parentheses, CIA is probably editing talking points live on the scene, like they did with all those Benghazi emails. Now, the part in parentheses, that's my thoughts, okay? The first half you heard there before that was actually on Fox, was reported on Fox News. Let's see, so 2:45 a.m. Haha! Here we go. Here's the beginning of martial law. At 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Watertown is on lockdown. That's being reported by Fox News. 4 minutes later, at 2:49 Eastern Standard Time, everyone claiming things are calming down. I'm seeing this on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox as well. Okay, now 2:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we've got Gabe Ramirez. He's just a lowly cameraman, claiming that the man that was stripped naked and placed in a police car was taken out of a cruiser and questioned on the sidewalk naked by FBI. Fucking bizarre, man. And the fucking bizarre part is in parentheses. So that part right there, the fucking bizarre part, you know, is my thoughts. Everything before that was what was being reported on CNN. Then at 2:52 Eastern Standard Time, Gabe Ramirez reports that there's a second man in custody. He's in the handcuffs, black, short, cropped, dark hair, Middle Eastern in complexion. This is on CNN. Let's see, 5 minutes later, at 2:57, a.m. Eastern Standard Time, source tells Fox News that suspect is carted away to Beth Israel Hospital. Fox reporter confirmed seeing 2 ambulances leave upon arriving at the scene. 2 ambulances for 1 guy? Now we're on page 10. 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, FBI is a source being reported on Fox News that a man was taken into custody at the MIT campus. So now we have somebody that's been taken in custody at the MIT campus. And we've got like 3 or 4 different people that have been taken into custody in Watertown. So let me go ahead and finish that one. 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Fox News reports the FBI said a man was taken into custody at the MIT campus and the suspect is not one of the bombing suspects. Why was he taken into custody then? At 3:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 individuals are arrested in Watertown. Now we've got even more people being arrested. That was reported by CNN. At 3:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Gabe Ramirez says upon arriving to a chaotic scene in Watertown, citizens were in the streets and police made a few arrests. For what? For fucking coming out and finding out the truth? You guys are out there murdering a fucking so-called suspect and then trying to fucking keep it quiet and keep everybody indoors? I mean, fucking how dare the Boston police surrender their city to federal authorities and the state police and the FBI and the fucking army and the National Guard and make all their fucking citizens cower in their own homes, you know? Fucking martial law for one 19-year-old kid. Think about that. Think about that. Over 10,000 law enforcement and Army personnel, National Guard personnel, FBI, DHS, over 10,000 people to search for a 19-year-old child. Think about that. And then Gabe Ramirez, obviously reporting on CNN, also speculates that a second man in Watertown arrested may have been one of these rowdy neighbors. Really? So at 3:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, MSNBC claims man face down on ground is not one of the people involved in the incident. Just a person who was ordered to lie on the ground. Just a person ordered to lie on the ground? Like it happens every day. This is on MSNBC. They're like, oh no, he was just ordered to lie on the ground and, comply. Which is what so many people have done. Which is why this problem has gotten so fucking big. You're going to hear me say this a ton of times, but a wolf will never lose sleep over eating sheep, because nobody ever told the sheep that they outnumber the wolves. Moving right along. Same time, 3:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a quote from Pete. This is actually information from Pete Williams, who's in Washington reporting for MSNBC. And he says, according to authorities, responding officers found a pressure cooker, which we've never seen footage of. Remember all these bombs that were supposed to be going off that night? Why were there no holes in the city? Why were there no holes in the ground in the city? With all these bombs going off, with all these grenades going off, with all these improvised explosives going off, you know? Really? You know, people, you just gotta think. You gotta think to yourself, look, if a bomb goes off in my front yard, it's gonna leave a hole or at least a black patch where somebody will hear it, see it, feel it, something. Think about that. Think about that. I gotta keep moving along because I get really emotional over this shit. I really just want to rip the fucking president's head off. I really just want to fuck the FBI up. I really want to take the DHS to fucking task. They have disrespected us as Americans, and I want to disrespect them. I really do. That's another conversation for another day. We're on page 10. Volume 4 is closing to an end. As you can tell, we're over 14 minutes right now. I like to keep these under 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in Volume 5 of the Boston Marathon Bombing Chronicles.